Your host, and joining with me is Fallen Angel as our second caster for the night. And yeah, we just finished watching a pretty crazy game where we had a whole team with 5 smites, making things pretty intense and crazy. And I don't think we'll see anything quite that crazy this game around, but with Nico banned away, you never really know what's going to happen.
No, we might see full exhaust knight with full blue trinkets, only building pistols.
Thank you, Fox, for that compliment on the overlays. I've been working hard on them and updating them for the upcoming tournament this coming Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be pretty hype, guys. We've got 8 teams that are all locking in their chance for victory. Tomorrow night, they will be playing a double round robin or single round robin in 2 different brackets to determine seeding for the tournament. So it's going to be pretty legit. It's going to be pretty legit. You've had it like that for years? You don't know what? What? Why do you have to make your name blend with the background? Oh, Mystic, you could switch it out with, if you go dark mode on Twitch, you can actually see it. So, if you go, yeah, I use night mode as well. Night mode saves your eyesight. It's pretty darn awesome and helps out a lot. As with Brand being the last ban from Yeet Squad, it is now into the picks. Ahoy, Legend, going to be grabbing the first pick of the night. Probably going to be grabbing for each individual player. Not going to see too many trades coming out. A lot of new players. Actually, a heck of a lot of new players this time around. Ahoy, Legend is new. Kangi is new. X-Laser Breath is new. Dezepi, Prictus, I think is how I'm going to say it. Prictus, Strayed, MSFTSOHO. All of you guys new to the stream, happy to have you. Welcome. Excited to see what you guys can bring to the table as Akali, Varus, and Yasuo grabbed by Boxy. No shocker there. That's his main. He loves that champion.
This is going to be interesting with Boxy on Yasuo.
Yeah, Nova grabbing the Varus. This is someone that he's been practicing a lot recently, really trying to get it into a comfortable position. So we'll see how he does in the bottom lane. Mostly, last time around, he was struggling just when it came to CSing. Otherwise, did a fairly good job. We'll see if his CSing has improved as he's been trying to warm up on that champion. As for the side of Yeet Squad, we've got that Xin Zhao, Sona, and Riven that are going to be playing a little bit of, well, that Sona, not commonly seen. So excited to see it played, see if there's some amazing 5-man crescendos that can come out and really help the team to take over a game.
What I'd like to see from Boxy is an AP Yasuo.
Oh, AP, the challenge has been thrown. AP Yasuo Boxy, can you make it happen? One thing I'm concerned about him is how well those wind walls are going to come into effect against a melee Riven and a melee Xin Zhao. We'll see if Yeet Squad decide to pick up a couple more melees for their side as well and really make it that much harder for Yasuo's wind wall to have really any effect on the game, as they're going to be banning the Janna and Lucian, both strong champions in the bottom lane in the right hands. I don't know that they're necessarily meta breakers right now, but still overall strong champions.
Yeah, speaking of the wind wall, if Yasuo is good enough, he can block the Riven ult with his wind wall, and that could be a very big decider in some lives.
We'll see if he can manage to make that happen as the Pyke and Jax, the final 2 bans from Team Confused. I don't know why they banned the Pyke unless he was going for maybe that mid lane, as they already had grabbed the Sona support. But you know what? Ban the strong champions if you're feeling confident with it. As Blitzcrank comes out from Kangi. Oh, that is exciting. Is this going to be the Mumu? Oh, nope. It's the Volibear for the Volibear namesake by Simon Volibear. He's switching back and forth. I have a feeling it'll be the Volibear. But I heard recently that Mumu is just way too strong, so he may just go for more of a meta champion.
And it looks like sticking with him.
All right, looking for that meta-breaking champion. It's considered to be double S tier right now. You build him AP, he does butt tons of damage, as well as just overall a strong champion when it comes to playing that frontline engage opportunity. As Zed, the final pick from Team Yeet Squad. So not too concerned with trading champions around. Looks like everyone's going to be playing it straight, which is pretty cool stuff. And that Xin Zhao in the jungle versus a Mumu should be a pretty interesting matchup. I think Xin Zhao technically wins very early, but when it comes to engages, you really can't do anything better than a Mummy engage if he lands that bandage toss.
Yeah. Now, what I want to see is Yasuo versus Zed. Those two are very commonly seen pitched up against each other, and both can go either way depending on the skill matchup.
Yeah, and the Yasuo Wind Wall to block some of Zed's shurikens, but you can't block his Shadow Dash, as well as having that ultimate can really just carry over anytime that Yasuo is low health and trying to run away. Zed just says, get back here with that ultimate, can follow him wherever he goes. With the 3 minutes that we've got to talk about these teams, let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions. For the side of Team Confused, we've got Ahoy Legend with the Akali in the top lane, Nova with the Varus bottom lane AD carry role, Boxy on that Yasuo in the mid lane, Keongi taking the Blitzcrank support, and Simon Volibear in the jungle with that Amumu.
And then we see X Laser Breath one-on-one with Riven top lane, Gizapi with Sona, Prictus with the Xin Zhao jungle, Strayed with the Silver AD carry, and then MSFT on Zed for the mid lane.
Yeah, looking like pretty good stuff overall between the two teams, but I gotta say I like Team Confused a touch better, especially when it comes to having that Amumu. You also have the Blitzcrank knockup that's going to be really nice. Even his hook is considered enough of a knockup that Yasuo can use that last breath off of it. So there's some pretty decent opportunities to pair that, as well as Varus using those Corrupting Chains ultimate that can really kind of snag some targets and hold them in place. And against the fairly mobile champions of the Zed and the Riven, I see that ultimate coming out pretty handily. The one thing is they do have that Sivir with the spell shield that'll make that a little bit difficult in the bottom lane, whether for the Blitzcrank to land a hook or for Varus to land that ultimate, hold her in place long enough to try to kill her.
Yeah, if Sivir can use her E effectively, she should have not too hard of a time against bot lane with the Sona to help heal her up. So bot lane could go either way. Mid lane should be a skill matchup. And what are you thinking about the top lane, Riven versus Kali?
I feel like the early game Riven will still always take precedence. Unless it's like a Aatrox in the top lane, Riven is still insanely strong level 2, as well as just not having to worry about mana, or in this case, energy. She really can take over a top lane. The one thing that gives Ahoy Legend a slight bit of advantage back is that Ignite. So if an engage is going badly for the Akali, she can throw down that Ignite to try to even out that health deficit between the two champions. I want to give it to Laser Breath pre-level 6, but post-level 6, if Akali has been able to farm up and has the early pieces for that Gunblade or even a completed Gunblade, by the time level 6 comes around, Akali's burst, and she can follow through on a lot of Riven's mobility, chasing down with that Q or the ultimate. Pretty good opportunity for Akali to actually shut the Riven down. So we'll see where that differential comes in pre-6 and post-6 as we get into game number 2 of the night.
Yeah. Riven is still a heavy lane bully, and Akali can still be a lane bully as well with her.
I'm going to BRB very quickly to get something to drink while we enjoy the loading screen.
Now I'm going to talk about the loading screen a little bit. DJ Sona, this is my favorite skin of the whole game. Simply because you're doing in the rest of the game. While the Warrior Princess Silver's flash art is still new, well, it's not new, but it's very out of place in the art styles versus everyone else's splash art. Skin Wars, I think I'd have to give it to Team Yeet squad for the Skin Wars. My preference, but everyone has their own. Confused has a very tanky build with the Blitzcrank and a Mumu. Should be very interesting from the going up against the Zed and Riven, who can easily 100-0 squishy champions.
And I am back, and you're still doing team analysis, which is awesome. Or at least I think you're doing team analysis.
Yeah, I was talking a bit about Blitzcrank and Amumu, who are both very tanky champions, going up against Riven and Zed, who can easily 100-0 in an instant on any squishy champions.
Yeah, there's some pretty good damage coming out. I also like that silence from the Blitzcrank and be able to kind of shut down Zed or Riven if they're going in, as they are some of the more ability-based champions when it comes to trying to make engages, as well as that Sona. If you can get a nice hook and silence before Sona gets a crescendo out, there's opportunity to really shut down that engage before it even begins. But ladies and gentlemen, game 2 of the night, Team Confused versus Team Yeet Squad. Keep in mind, if you're still interested in playing for game number 3, I would love to have you join me in a new game mode that I'm trying to bring to the game. We'll see if I can manage to make that happen as we are going to load into game. We see a nice, cute little Poro King right in the middle of the map. Even though they didn't release the Poro King mode on ARAM. Do you remember that game mode? I think last year they had it.
I wasn't playing last year.
You weren't playing last year? Oh, man.
No. I'm still a relatively new League of Legends. I started, I think, mid-August.
Well, welcome to League of Legends on the newer side. There was a game mode where King Poro was a part of it on the ARAM map and made things quite interesting. And my music is not pausing, which is interesting, so I'm just going to go ahead and manually pause it. Not sure what's up with that, but that's all right. As Simon Volabear is looking for opportunity to maybe find someone to jump on. And with Kangi here as well, they could try to make a play with that Blitzcrank hook.
Yeah, it does look like he did start with his hook. Varus started E, which is interesting. Mumu still has not leveled up a skill yet.
And Mumbu wants to give everyone a hug. Not really a shocker. He is a sad little prom boy who doesn't have anyone to dance with. All he wants is a dance partner, guys. All he wants is a dance partner. Mystic, noting that Akali started that Doran's Blade, maybe going more of an AD route in the top lane. We'll have to find out, as in the mid lane, MS getting jumped on by Boxy, loses down to half health. So Yasuo starting off aggressive, is able to get a little bit of a health advantage against that Zed.
I think we have to do the time thing again.
Gotta do the time thing. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and actually pause it so that way we don't miss anything. Where are you at? Count it
Okay,
down.
I'm at 48, 49, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 6.
Alright, it should be good. I might be a half second ahead of you, which is alright. as we are launching into the rest of the game. Katie stepping forward, looking for an opportunity to land those hooks. I actually want to check very briefly on... He did start the hook. He actually lands it on the Soda, forcing her flash out to Zeppy, using that very early on. But a good hook from Blitzcrank is the one that kind of set that up in the bottom lane.
Okay, and it looks like Frictus did steal Simon Volibear's blue right from under his nose.
Nice invade from Crictus, able to steal that away, which gives him a small bit of advantage, especially against an Amumu. That's pretty nice, as Amumu really wants to be spamming his E to clear those wings a little bit faster. And looks like Zinzao's chasing down the Scuttle Crab, able to clear that. As in the top lane, level 2, Riven, able to keep health fairly even against that Akali, even though that Electrocute proc is keeping that Riven a bit on the lower health side. Akali has burned through every single potion early on in the game.
Okay.
Oh, Riven flashing forward, finds the stun. Akali on the run to Zinzao here as well. He's going to dash forward, didn't even need the flash, and Riven takes away first blood. X Laser Breath 1-on-1 securing it for Team Yeet Squad. As another Blitzcrank hook on a Pulsona, and the knockup is good as well, but Nova's in trouble. He uses the heal, but he doesn't have any damage because straight and step forward. He flashes underneath the turret, but the flash from Nova keeps him alive. Varus needs to back away, just play it safe, avoids the boomerang from straight. A really good hook from Blitzcrank, setting that up in the bottom lane, but Varus is in trouble, needs to just recall and get his health back, otherwise he's playing on a dangerous situation.
Simon Volibear retaliating from his blue, taking on Zinzao's chickens.
As Zed in that mid lane is continuing to be harassed down bit by bit. There we go, Blitzcrank throwing out the hook. He's going to hit that spell shield from Sivir, nicely placed, and Varus, seeing that he wasn't going to be able to pick up any farm, decides to go ahead and recall, play it safe, buy some items, and wait for the next opportunity.
What I want to see from Simon is, since he noticed that his blue was gone, is try and go for the blue against Frictus. But it looks like he'll just settle for the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, a little bit dangerous, as I said. Early game, Zinzao should have a bit better of an advantage when it comes to actually fighting, and that Zinzao already had the red buff in that top lane. Akali going in a bit aggressively onto Riven, as Windwall from Yasuo a little bit late, but still looks cool nonetheless. Farm in the middle is actually 10 CS for the Yasuo. Boxy doing a really good job with that. As Akali on that top side, it's the E, a shuriken flip. I gotta start memorizing some of Akali's spells. Decides not to reactivate it. As Riven gonna go in and get a little bit of damage. Yasuo engaging in the mid lane, gotta fight the Electrocute onto the Zed, who has to Shadow Dash. He can't hop back, but the Ignite's burning down, and Boxy just slashes him with a sword to finish him off, as the Ocean Drake spawns as the first Drake of the game.
The Ocean Drake is not going to be a very big priority, from what I can tell right now.
Maybe so for blue side and Amumu, but I otherwise agree.
Yeah, so I don't see it being rushed anytime soon like Infernal Drake would.
Calling nerfs coming through the next patch or two, which we should be able to see the Shroud getting nerfed pretty hard, making it a little bit easier for people to see where Akali is moving when she's dodging around, trying to evade some of that damage. One of the things I like about Riven is she is AoE. Look at her, goes in, finds the stun, and finds a kill. That's so good when you can do that sort of a move and you know where the enemy team is. Oh, he got some huge damage in the bottom lane. Zeppy being healed by Straight's heal with that spell, so Zeppy able to live for the moment as a nice whoop whoop comes out, almost getting Nova a kill, but Zinzao is ganking from the side lanes. This could be really bad. Straight should be able to finish him off. No, Frictus comes in for the kill, just needs one dash. However, the nice knockup onto the Sivir might be enough to finish the Sivir off. No, she's able to survive with a sliver of health. The turret damage not quite enough to get her out. Zeppy on top of these heals. I don't think that Simon Volibear on this moment is going to get there in time to try to do anything. Are they going to go for the Ocean Drake?
They might.
Oh yeah, Amumu is in there as well. He actually used the bandage toss to try to jump onto the Sivir, but the spell shield gonna keep her alive. The exhaust comes down as well. Volibear gonna go down. 3v1 early game. definitely an advantage for Yeet Squad, and on top of that, they can now get to start the Ocean Drake knowing that the enemy team jungler is down.
Yeah, that wasn't the best play by Simon Bolliger. I think he probably thought that just
Oh, last breath on that top lane. Yasuo might be able to find it. No! Oh, it's a trade 1-for-1. Good play initially with that last breath. However, Riven knocks him with the broken wings into the turret range to get shot before going down. Ocean Drake also to the side of Team Yeet Squad. As in the mid lane, Akali might be going down to the Zed. Dashes back in. Oh, that was so nice with the underneath the turret play. That was actually really good.
Yeah. We see a teleport from Riven up top so she can claim all that CS to get a CS against Akali, which is always.
7 kills to 2. Yeet Squad in the lead. You see, though, the Yasuo winning against the Zed in the mid lane. Decided to trade places with Akali on the top side to try to help Akali get ahead a little bit. Instead, she just goes down in the mid lane, now heading back to the top side. Now that Riven has died that one time, Yasuo, however, going to join her. We may see a 3-man gank on this Riven on the top side with Mumu joining the party up there as X Laser Breath flashes to try to get to safety and is able to dissuade the rest of Team Confused from chasing in.
And it seems like Boxy didn't get my challenge as he is not building full AP.
Alright, in that bottom lane, the Virus just struggling, 33 CS. He is doing better than he did last game, or last time that he played Varus, so there is some improvement as he's still working, but he is a newer player, keep that in mind. As sometimes when you are that newer player, you're the one who's just trying to figure out how to play a certain champion, kind of like the Akali in the top lane. As another Blitzcrank hook going to come through the ultimate as well. Giuseppe's gone down, and now the exhaust onto Stray. This might be the opportunity for a second kill. As the ultimate comes through from Nova before the spell shield from Sivir. She is able to flash the Q though from that Nova. And now as Prictus is joining the fight, Sivir going to step back forward. She's giving the speed boost to the Yasuo. The flash from Nova keeps him alive as Prictus going to find the knockup onto the Blitzcrank, but he's gotten a little bit tanky. He flashes, but doesn't quite flash into the turret range. That was just unfortunate mouse placement. Flashes next to him before trying to Q back. Sometimes you just press the spell a little bit too early.
Yeah. Mumu taking Prictus's Krogs. Mike going for a game onto Riven.
Yeah, he's going to come up here. Ooh, a nice jump from the Riven. Avoids the bandage toss as Nova in the bottom lane going to be finding himself in a pretty rough spot. Those plates on that bottom side turret dropping bit by bit. But with 3 members joining, the turret gets a bit tankier, and so they decide to back away instead. Just happy with that one plate they were able to take off.
Mumu is deciding to stay top. He lands his ult just on the edge.
Oh, and Shuriken flip from the Akali is able to secure kills. Volibear getting credit for the Riven going down on the top side as he bandage tossed to minion and ulted to secure, making sure that Riven got rooted up in that top lane, giving Akali time to not only help in getting the kill, but now able to take away a few plates on that turret.
Blitzcrank clearing out this control ward might find himself in trouble as he gets caught by Xin Zhao and Zone.
Alright, as Grui in that mid river is going to be in a bit of trouble, goes down. Prictus trying to re-engage onto Boxy, but now they're on the run as Volibear is coming, but MS is right behind everyone looking to re-engage. The Xin Zhao is extremely low though, the healing from the Sona, keeping him alive for the moment as Volibear trying to find the kill and trade. In the meantime, Boxy 1v1ing the Zed is going to go down to the Zed, and it looks like Momu was able to walk away in the meantime from that bottom side. So only 1 kill to the side of Yeet Squad, but they're still at a 3,000 gold advantage.
Yeah, we saw this in last game, but Team Confused could still make the comeback. As we do see a very high shutdown gold on Xin Zhao, and Zed building up a high shutdown gold as well.
checking in on that next Drake as it's a couple seconds away from spawning. It's a Mountain Drake, so no crazy high action of the Infernal Drake this time around. That's all right, though, as Team Confused on that bottom side, Blitzcrank was the one who actually secured the kill last time on the Sona. So with that, he's able to complete his supportive item, boxing the mid lane, trying to engage. Nice dash with that Shadow Clone from the Zed to avoid the tornado out of that Yasuo, as Blitzcrank not going to find the knockup though because the spell shield from Sivir. They've turned the damage around. Prictus once again ganking on that bottom side, focusing this Varus down. It's his second death of the game.
Mumu is still camping top really hard. Still trying to find okay, it looks like he's given up on the Riven is heading down to mid. Using her ult early.
Riven starting it a little bit on the early side. We'll see if she's actually able to make much use of it. The wind wall from the Yasuo comes through. We'll see if it's going to be effective, though, as she throws it out, just tailing the Yasuo as he's trying to get back to the turret. And is able to successfully do that. He didn't take too much damage in the encounter originally, as another spell shield from Sivir blocks that Blitzcrank hook. Such a good pick by Strayed into this Blitzcrank.
Okay, Zed might or something. Does have his ult up. But Boxy is getting his health back with that double door.
Turret slowly dropping bit by bit. The plating will fall off in about 30 seconds, which should mean the bottom turret going to be dropping fairly soon. In the top lane, Akali just struggling to get CS as Riven 30's farm up is going to just go in on Akali, dropping her down to about half. Doesn't have the ultimate, may not need the ultimate. However, taking a bit of damage from the turret, flash for flash. Akali is in the middle of minions though, and Riven with the shield able to make the outplay. That Hex Drinker coming in super handy as well. Boxy kicking on the bottom side should mean that Giuseppe falls. A nice crescendo keeps the Yasuo from being able to do much more. The spell shield from the Sivir to avoid the tornado as well. And that is Zed cleaning up the Varus and the Blitzcrank. And now Strayed going to be the one in trouble though because Mumu is here. Simon Volibear able to get two back. So it's a 2-for-2 trade on the bottom side.
Now with the fight top lane, I do think Akali could have won that if she had landed her second perfect X.
Alright, Living Shadow by the Zed. We'll see if he's able to use that to keep himself alive at the moment as the Ignite's going to be ticking away. He wants to finish off the Mumu, so he gives his life over just to clean up one kill. Boxy's through the minions, escaping on the other side, as I don't think the Xin Zhao is going to be able to chase in, as well as I also has red buff. So I don't know that it's a fight that the Xin Zhao wants. In the meantime, though, it's still a gold lead for Yeet Squad, creeping larger and larger. Now 5,000 gold as Xin Zhao starts up the Mountain Drake.
And with that trade kill, Yasuo did get a 700 gold shutdown, which will be good for him as he completes his fantasy.
Kangi having to run, just trying to get a little bit of vision down with those wards. We'll see if Varus gets sniped this way. Oh, that was actually close. That was actually a respectable attempt by Nova. XLNC are just going to clean up the top lane turret and now wants to chase in on Akali, who tries to shroud away. That's what I'm trying to say. Simon Volibear, however, finds a bandage toss. Will it be enough to take out the Riven before Riven takes out Akali? Not going to do so, as Simon Volibear doesn't have a whole lot of damage. He does have the Haunting Guise building into that Leander's Torment. We'll see if he can chase the Riven down. Can he land the bandage toss? He drops a ward, though, just to make sure that he has vision, but misses the bandage toss still. I don't know that he's going to be able to do this, especially now that Xin Zhao's here. Simon Volibear may have to bandage toss to a minion to try to escape, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that. He goes down. XLNC picking up the 7th kill of the game. As in the mid lane, Sona going to go down to another nice Blitzcrank engage. Another hook onto the Sivir. Spell shield, though, gets her out alive.
Zed is thinking about going in on that Blitzcrank, but is hesitant due to Varus sticking around right there.
Varus, having finished that Blade of the Ruined King, means that he does have a decent amount of damage whenever those engages happen, but it doesn't have a lot of health as Zed is just going to ult over the wall onto the Zed. Not much that he can do, and he burns the ultimate. This is one of those situations where sometimes you just say, well, it sucks to be playing AD into a Zed, and let him have his kill. Don't burn that ultimate, as it's a pretty decent wait before it comes back up. X-Laser trying to chase in onto Blitzcrank, but he's waiting for the rest of his team to arrive. The knock up into the bandage toss. This should finally be the Riven falling. Blitzcrank walking in front of the Riven, and Yasuo cleans her up with a tornado.
And that would be another 700 gold to box.
9 kills to 19, but Team Confused striving to crawl their way back into the game. They don't have any turrets yet, but they've gotten a couple of Yeet Squad's turrets down to about half. As Akali in that top lane, 0-6, nothing but struggles so far this game. See if she can escape from the Zed. MS, who's just chasing in, has the vision. Decides not to go in, though, as the rest of the team from Confused is collecting together. Ooh, Akali may want to go aggressively with that shuriken flip. Practice in the meantime, though, going to be engaged upon. That's the ultimate immediately, but Blitzcrank is here for the silence and knockup as well. And Amumu picks up a kill. Third kill of the game on the Xin Zhao. So I like this from the side of Team Confused. They're doing a little bit of a death squad roaming around with this Blitzcrank. They've lost the bottom lane turret, so they say it's not worth trying to re-engage. The Mimo goes over the wall. They've got the Soda, and that's a perfect combination of abilities. The bandage toss into the Blitzcrank hook, into the last breath from Yasuo. That's what you want to see. Sona goes down again as, in that lane, it looks like Legend should be falling. Nice ultimate as well.
Using the perfect execution as an escape roll.
And ultimate from Varus gonna lock down the Riven, hold it long enough. But the Blitzcrank knockup is onto the super minion. That's not what you want to see. Onto the cannon minion as Nova just gonna fire away, get a little bit of damage. We'll see if Legend can try to clean up the Riven who's running away. In the meantime, though, Zed's been CC'd by Blitzcrank. Are they gonna have enough? They actually might be able to with Varus coming in. Ignite gonna burn away and finish off Riven. No! She lives! Unbelievably survives underneath the turret, but Kangi kind of wants to try to finish her off. She is recalling, though. They don't really have any vision. There's pings from Nova. Riven's already escaped back to the fountain with that recall, and now Nova's in a really bad spot. Just go ahead and start recalling, Ferris. Just go ahead and start recalling. There you go. That's how you do it. As Sivir cleans up that mid lane turret, we'll see if Prictus is able to find Varus. Nope, he should be able to escape safely. Nicely done. In the meantime, Yeet Squad finishes off a third turret. Go ahead.
I was just gonna talk about Sivir taking out that mid turret. But, yeah. Next dragon is going to be a wind dragon. No sign of the infernal yet.
It'd be nice for Yasuo to pick up that wind drake, stack up that wind a little bit faster. So far, though, a lot of neutral reds and blue buffs going down for both teams as they're prepping for the next fight. Kangi trying to step forward. He should have a hook onto somebody, and he lands it straight onto the Riven, who tries to go onto Varus. Gets a large amount of damage, but the tornado not going to keep the Varus alive. Riven still goes down. 1-for-1 trade at the moment, but I'd take that trade on to an 8 and now 4 Riven any day. And that is going to give Team Confused an opportunity to step forward. Simon Voliger are going to land the bandage toss onto Yasuo, force out the ultimate, but Sivers from the backside throwing out a bunch of damage until the ultimate from Amumu comes through, holding her in place for the moment. Legend cleans her up. Sona able to get one onto Amumu before he goes down. Can Legend make the plays? Just about to die. The shroud is so low. Does go down, and Blitzcrank now in a bad spot. Has red buff, but no real damage to speak of, and Sona going to find the slow as well. The ultimate from Blitzcrank not even going to land onto the Zed. Lands the Q. One more auto, not going to be able to do it. Zed able to survive through that Conqueror and makes it out. Now 6,000 gold lead for Yeet Squad.
Yeah. That was a very good team fight for both sides. It was very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah,
perfect execution. On Akali, taking out 2 people.
Blitzcrank is really trying his best to carry this team. He's even going with that Zeke's convergence just to try to help that team slow down the enemy, stop all of these high mobility champions from getting around, making your life just really, really painful. That Amumu ultimate on Sivir was critical because she was about to just decimate that team fight. As the Windrake, gets so close to being stolen by Varus once again. Amumu in trouble though. He can't be pulled by the team over the wall, and the Blitzcrank hook is actually going to miss. That's not very good, as XLaser able to hop to safety for the moment, even though the change from Nova was good. He uses the Blast Cone, but Zed has already ulted him, so he's going to fall. Kangi now going to be in trouble, trying to get underneath the turret. Boxy joining him as well. The Blitzcrank hook into the last breath might mean Soda goes down to the turret shot, and it will be one going over, but Blitzcrank gives his own life over. Turret shot makes the Xin Zhao extremely low. I don't know that Boxy wants to chase in. He's got the double buffs, as XLaser in the meantime is pushing down that mid lane, going to be defended by Akali.
Yeah, it looks like Yasuo will be building Tempest, which should be going into a Guardian Angel real quick.
Akali going to find the Yasuo, avoid initial damage. He goes to the Shroud, cleans up one. Now has to escape from Zed, who's just going to chase her down and finish her off as that mid lane second tier turret going to fall. Boxy showing up just in time to help clear the minions. Advantage shots from Amumu is good though. Can they chase down the Riven once more? They are burning her. Leandra's Torment finished by the Amumu, and that does a pretty decent chunk of damage as Yasuo cleans her up for his 8th kill of the game. Tornado not going to land on Sivir as she nicely spell shields it. One of the more predictable spells to spell shield is that Tornado. You can see it coming pretty clearly. Just a little bit of timing as Simon Volibear comes over with the ultimate as well, and the Strayed drops underneath the turret. The Mumu tanking that turret up. Yasuo in the meantime though cleans up a double kill, still goes down to the second tier turret. Nova trying to do what damage he can, but he is now the target of that turret and goes down. MS on that Zed wanting to chase in. We'll see if he goes for the Amumu or the Blitzcrank. Looks like Amumu is the target. Living Shadow gets him close, but not close enough. And joined by XLaser though, trying to engage onto the Blitzcrank in the mid lane. He gets the knock up. Riven wanting to chase in. She's already started that ultimate. We'll see if that's going to be enough. The exhaust comes through. Blitzcrank flashes, but he still gets hit by the knock up from the Riven. Can he get out? He's got the speed boost. Riven trying to chase in now underneath the turret. The hook, the knock up as well. Into the bandage shots from Amumu. No way. Riven's going to go down again to the turret shot. Volibear getting the kill credit.
That was an amazing play by Blitzcrank into the Amumu bandage toss.
Yeah, that just, when you tunnel vision so hard, but the enemy team has perfect CC, is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And gives a little bit of gold back into Team Confused hands. They're still down that 6,000 gold, and they've got a ways to go if they want to try to get back into this game. But Varus has completed his boots now, so he's pushing his second item, and they turn onto the Baron. Bold, bold move.
And it doesn't look like they will be challenging either.
Well, if we check the vision, there's actually no vision from Yeet Squad that was even happening. There was just that control ward that was placed, and that is it. So Confused picks up the Baron. They lose their bottom lane second tier turret. That's a pretty decent trade. I was about to say, is Strayed looking like he might get engaged upon by the Blitzcrank? They think twice about it.
Yeah, that was a very good play by Team Confused.
I also like that move in the bottom lane. If you think about overall speed, Sivir ultimate into speed boost from Sona with the Windrake, you're going to be moving around the map real fast.
Yeah.
Alright, 43,000 gold to 48,000 gold. Boxy in the mid lane. Going to be engaging onto the Riven. Varus shows up, and he's jumped upon by Xin Zhao. Probably going to be dropped very quickly, but not before he gets the ultimate down, helping Amumu land the ultimate of his own. Getting two back. The jungler and the top laner down for Yeet Squad, as Zed decides not to try to fight the Yasuo, who's now getting super stacked. 10, 5, and 8. Finish that Guardian Angel. Two-man pushing down the mid lane, as the bottom lane's just there to stop the Sivir from pushing it in.
Yeah, that Baron really helped them close some gap up with gold. And Boxy with that Guardian Angel helps him very aggressive.
Well, with that Baron buff, the bottom side is only just keeping Sivir and Sona from recalling, which is giving Mumu and Yasuo time to take out not only Inhibitor turret, but maybe Inhibitor as well. They decide to finally back away, pinging it as the Sivir and Sona are finally starting their recalls, but that should give time for this Blitzcrank with that Baron buff on the bottom side turret. They may be able to take out a fourth turret of the game for themselves.
Yeah, Blitzcrank with that demolish, helping them kill out the turret.
And they're going to turn onto the Drake, which is live. It is a win Drake of them for themselves, so they're able to keep with the speed as Varus maybe going down again. The bandit shots from Amumu is good, holding Riven in place for the moment. Varus throws out a bit of damage before he goes down. Riven just has way too much assassination, but he is still able to help out the team as Yasuo is on that back line, clearing people left, right, and center. Takes out the Sivir as well as the Xin Zhao. The GEA is going to be popped by Sona, but she's still going to be dropping as Blitzcrank lands the hook. That's the kill that they need, as practically an ace. Zed, the only member left alive, so it's the bottom lane turret that is their target. Now Mumu, moving towards that mid lane Inhibitor, is going to find himself 1v1ing against the Zed. Decides better against it though, instead it's focusing on clearing the mini wave, waiting for the next wave of minions to show up. As he is going to use that cube. Actually, MS is losing health bit by bit. The Leandrius Torment is just insane. Burns the Zed down enough to cause him to go back to the fountain. Doesn't quite get the kill, though. So Volibear is just going to focus on that mid lane Inhibitor. Is the bottom lane Inhibitor the target for the other members of the team? And Confused comes out with a massive, massive map advantage. Just slightly a gold advantage, but that is all they needed after their really good Baron play.
Yeah, if they kill the Zed, they will have another 1,000 gold to their side. Zed has a massive shutdown now, which will only help Team Confused if fall.
Volibear running away from X-Laser, though at this point Mumu might be able to take on the Riven as the initial damage comes through. Nova getting a little bit of damage himself. Can he escape? Needs to use the Blade of the Ruined King. He throws out the ultimate, but it's going to whiff in the wrong direction. Riven has the stun as well as enough damage with that ultimate to come through. Now the rest of the team going to join, though. Riven has 1v2. Can she 1v3? The top lane turret going to fall. Blitzcrank lands the hook. Riven immediately into the last breath from Yasuo. 3-man stun, but still gets dropped. And that's all Confused needs. Now move into the top lane, second tier turret. They don't have the Baron buff anymore, but they're still going in one at a time. The knockup from Blitzcrank. The 3-man crescendo from Sona, though. That's going to turn the fight. Boxy dashing through the minions, trying to do what he can. Tornado going to do good damage, but not get any kills as Kangi now having to run away. It's only a matter of time before the Blitzcrank falls, making it an ace for Yeet Squad. And in one ultimate, Giuseppe turns the game on its head.
That was a very nice crescendo from Giuseppe, as you said. But mid lane super minions are pushing in, so Zed does have to take care of them, while Sivir will go down to the bottom.
So just a little bit of pressure that is taken off their backs for the moment, but Confused members are starting to respawn, and they're headed right back to that top side. Really, that's going to be the attention. If you can get to that second tier turret and knock it down, you also have access to that Baron that's going to be spawning in about 30 seconds, giving them the pressure that they need. The real question is, though, who's going to take down this Zed, who has over 1,000 gold bounty on his head at the moment?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. And if you notice, it looks like Mumu is building into a death cap as we speak. 2 needlessly large rocks already. So it shouldn't be long.
Going for that AP route. Says, I don't need to worry too much about tankiness. I want to kill. And from his aggression we've seen before, it wouldn't be too surprising, as the Yasuo going to find Riven. Going to try to get the help of the Akali to take her down. And X Breath is going to go down. X Laser Breath going to fall, as well as Zed with a nice ultimate placement from that Blitzcrank. That's what I talked about with that silence. Baron spawning just in time for them to turn onto it. Xin Zhao is the only hope now for Yeet Squad with that smite. We'll see if he can get there in time as the Baron is slowly being burned down. Giuseppe going to be jumped on by the Mummy, who's got pretty good amounts of damage. The heal comes through, though, from the Sona. Exhaust now onto Xin Zhao as he's being engaged in a 3v3 fight. Box is extremely low. Those are the wind wall. Is it going to be enough? He goes down. That is not what you want to see. The Crescendo going to stun 2 members, and this is the clearing of Sivir, going through one at a time. Triple kill for the Sivir. That's going to be a quadra as well, unless Yasuo or Xin Zhao steals it away, making it a 2-man ace from Yeet Squad, and now they're turning on to the Baron.
That was very interesting team fight that turned on very well for team Yeet Squad. But with the Mumu's death came with 1,000 shutdown gold to him from Zed, which made him complete his death cap. And I am interested to see what he builds next.
With that Baron pickup, that is the defense that Yeet Squad needs to have against these super minions pushing in. Your own cannon wave, which is now going to be spawning every single wave, can help you with that Baron to be able to clear those super minions that are just going to be constantly pushing into your base. So it's kind of evened back up a little bit at this point. Even though Confuse is down 6,000 gold, they still have just a little bit more time before those inhibitors respawn. We'll see if they can actually do something with it, as that last fight, deciding to split their team, 3 members fighting 2 members on the Baron, did not work out well for them, as Boxy goes in with Kangi and Novakira as well to help clear damage. They've gotten the Sona. That's such a good initial move. Riven able to do a bit of damage in the meantime, though. The Mumi ultimate is going to hold money members in place. The members of Confused are low, but not dead yet. And a nice bandage shots from Mumu secures the complete ace, as Sivir, the last one to fall. And the rest of the members of Confused are now going to turn to grab the Mountain Drake. They should just walk straight into the enemy team base and clear those inhibitors like Volibear is doing.
Yeah, Volibear is doing that right now while the rest of the team takes on the Drake.
He's going to be able to grab... What? Oh, he canceled his last auto attack. There we go. Turns on to the next one. This Mountain Drake is very, very slowly falling. There's actually time for the Yeet Squad to respawn before Volibear completely clears the base. There he goes. Gets the last one, and now is walking away as Giuseppe respawns. Not able to do that much. Mountain Drake can follow as well, giving Confused a bit more opportunity to take away that top lane second-tier turret, which is, again, the target in their eyes.
But as that was all happening, the minions pushed in the wave and took the mid-inhibitor turret.
So that is an open inhibitor for the side of Team Confused now that they have to keep an eye on. They don't want their own inhibitor to be dropping, giving, again, Yeet Squad a bit more pressure as Kangi drops a ward. Ooh, I thought Riven would engage, but I think she was busy shopping.
Yeah. And from a Mumu, we get a Morella Nomicon, which is very interesting as his last build item. He's almost at 600 AP.
With a pretty decent chunk of magic penetration as well. He's gonna hurt when he throws out that ultimate.
And he is still tanky.
Yasuo completing his final item of the game as well, grabbing that Bloodthirster, making sure that he's shielded up and has tons of damage on top of it all. Akali's finally being able to pick up a couple kills for herself, 5, 11, and 8 at this point in the game. Varus, no kills, but the best thing that he does every single fight is he throws out that ultimate. That is so crucial in setting up for the Mummy ultimate, for locking down those faster members of Yeet Squad. And as long as he hits that ultimate before he dies, he's doing his job. 36 kills to 45. Advantage in gold still stands on Yeet Squad's favor. They got about 3,000 gold lead. Akali here to defend the mid lane. Sivir deciding it's time to engage, using that ultimate to speed 4 members forward. Yasuo Xin Zhao is a bit on the backside, though. Is this going to be the base race? This might be the base race. It's 3 members from the side of Yeet Squad, or from the side of Confused, are pushing on that top side. A couple attempted recalls. They side against it, though, and no. Yeet Squad is just going to clear that mid lane inhibitor. As Xin Zhao is grabbed, he goes in on the Akali. We'll see if they're able to get the kill. They re-engage though from the side of Confused on the top side. They're able to grab one kill. They should be able to grab a second as well. Riven's going to fall, and that means they can secure the base now. Zed was able to recall. We'll see if he can get any kills on the Mumu. He pops the Mumu in time, and now he's rushing away to safety as Nova tries to finish off the Nexus. Gets so close. The Nexus just a couple hits away. Yasuo decides to end it all, finishing it with the last swish of his sword before he goes down himself. Victory for Team Confused after what was a pretty crazy and a couple times back and forth game.
This was a very roller coaster type game. In the early games, it did look like Yeet Squad did have a solid lead on them, but Season 9, it's gonna be interesting for those comebacks.
All right, a couple people that I want to shout out that game was Simon Volibear on the AP Amumu. So aggressive and use that ultimate. Little known fact, it does kind of what the new Irelia thing does with disarm, and that it cancels whatever auto attack somebody was throwing in when they were initially hit by that ultimate. And so several times Sivir or Riven were about to kill somebody and he ulted, keeping them from being able to actually finish that person off, kind of resetting their fight, and really gave some really good opportunities for Confused to come back in those later stage team fights. But on the flip side, Strayed, the silent hero for Yeet Squad, so many team fights, pairing up with Giuseppe as a duo, walking around the backside of those fights. Giuseppe sometimes sacrificing himself, 24 assists, to make sure that Sivir lived long enough to throw out all of those crit boomerangs going through the entire enemy team. That's why they won the fight around the Baron. That's why they were able to start to come back a little bit after they had lost those double inhibitors. But in the end, that fight around the Mountain Drake was what secured it for Team Confused, and we almost got a base race at the very end of it.
Yeah, that would have been very interesting to see the base race. If they had stayed and actually did a complete base race, it would have been very close, but it should have had the same ending as Simon Volibear did have the demolish on him.
All right, well, guys, we're going to go for a very quick marbles break, and when we get back, we're going to jump right into our third and final game of the night. But this one, I'm actually going to be playing with you guys, so I'm going to be hopping over to the Discord chat. I'll explain the rules of the game. Going to be a little bit interesting, should be pretty silly and fun.